This song was suggested by a dilemma encountered by a friend of mine, and that was that he was kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. He was on the verge of getting himself involved in a romance with a younger girl, and it just kind of was funny. She was about half his age, but it wasn't funny. It was serious. Anyway, it kind of inspired me to write the song. She's such a wonderful life, and her touch is just like fire. Although she knows that I'm not free, she keeps on tempting me. She makes me feel so young and alive, but she's just a girl of 25, and she was born way too late for this old man of 48. And I know it's not love she's thinking of, still I love what she does for me. To hold her close would be ecstasy. Oh, why is it that I must choose between the love I can't bear to lose and passion burning out of control? Angels and devils wrestling for my soul. Well, she's always been true. There's so much that we've been through. Oh, I know she's not to blame. The match is on that lit flame. Oh, love's still there, but the passion's gone. She says that nothing's wrong, but she doesn't seem to want much, and I don't think I get enough. So I wish it was love she was thinking of. Still I love what she does for me. To hold her close is ecstasy. Why must I choose between the love I can't bear to lose and person burning outside of control? Angels and devils wrestling for my soul. Then we got strange breakup songs written for a prompt. The prompt was the note on the vanity. Woke up this morning a little later than I should. Rolled out of bed, nearly dropped when I stood. The sun was already high in the sky, and damned if I too wasn't still high. Said the doctor, you said it's all in your head. Valium and lithium and Prozac, he said. Ain't none of that help with my mental health. Said you left me, took all of our wealth. Well, what may you ask has me feeling so gay? Pinus got whiskey down by the quay. Maybe the last of your Tanqueray. Toke of the pipe, now what can I say? See, the doctor, you said it's all in your head. Valium and lithium, Prozac, you said. Ain't none of that help with my mental health. Said you left me, took all of our wealth. Well, I stripped and I saved for a comfy old age. Did as I was told by your financial sage. And I saw your note on the vanity. Parted company with sanity. See, the doctor, you said it's all in your head. Valium and lithium, Prozac, he said. Well, ain't none of that help with my mental health. Said you left me, took all of our wealth. Well, nothing will help so much, I think, as another pint of Scotch whiskey to drink. So I poured me a shot and I loaded one too. One's for the headache, the other's for you. See, the doctor, you said it's all in your head. Valium, lithium, Prozac, you said. Well, ain't none of that help with my mental health. Said you left me, took all of our wealth. Ain't none of that help with my mental health. Said you left, you took all of our wealth. And then one of my favorites, another one written to a prompt. I want to bring it up a little bit though. Let's just put it on the key of A. And I sing A down low in this bed when it's down low, but I was 5, Sally was 4, when she moved in right next door. I fell in love at the very first sight. That was the day of our first fight. All she wanted to do was play. I don't know why I chased her away. She said, you'll be sorry you ever been to me. Yeah, you just wait, you wait and see. One fine day you're gonna want me back, and I'll make you sorry you ever said that. I was 10, Sally was 9, when I gave her a valentine. A homemade card with a silly rhyme, but she kissed me for the very first time. All she wanted to do was thank me. I don't know why I couldn't let it be. And she said, you'll be sorry you ever mean to me. Yeah, you just wait, you wait and see. One fine day you're gonna want me back, and I'll make you sorry you ever said that. A few years later, Sally moved away. She said she'd write me every day. I said I was glad she was leaving. Would it be the one who's grieving? But I was scared to be alone till the day when we'd be grown. And she said, you'll be sorry you ever mean to me. Yeah, you just wait, you wait and see. One fine day you're gonna want me back, and I'll make you sorry you ever said that. The years went by, life took its course. I got married and and then divorced. And one night, out at the pirate's den, my childhood crush, Sally, walked in. All she wanted was to see an old friend, and I fell in love all over again. And she said, "You'll be sorry you ever mean to me. Yeah, you just wait, you wait and see. One fine day, gonna want me back. I'll make you sorry whoever said that. Yeah, aren't you sorry you ever mean to me? Yeah, you just wait, you wait and see. One fine day you're gonna want me back, and I'll make you sorry you ever said that." Let's go somewhere else. Annie was just a girl dressed in ragged clothes, hair of red and eyes so blue, freckles on her nose. She talked of knights and castles and other fancy things. Said when she was queen, I would be her king. Well, look at you, Annie, dressed up like that queen, like that vision in my every childhood dream. Oh, tell me, Annie, darling, that you remember me. Let me have this dance, share your fantasy. Annie in our teenage years cast a spell on me, so caught up in her beauty, the truth I could not see. Annie was just a fox who lived but for the chase, and now the years have left their mark etched on Annie's face. Well, look at you, Annie, dressed up like a queen, like that vision in my every childhood dream. Oh, tell me, Annie, darling, that you remember me. Let me have this dance, share your fantasy. Annie dances around the floor, her face all aglow. Whom she dances with, only Annie knows. For Annie's all alone, and no one comes to call, save this one who left his heart and the shadows on the wall. Say, look at you, Annie, dressed up like a queen, like that vision in my every childhood dream. Well, tell me, Annie, darling, that you remember me. Let me have this dance, share your fantasy. And it looks up puzzled, ask my name again. A dozen times I've told her, but I answer just a friend. Better take her in my arms and I kiss her troubled head. Before they stop the music, take her off to bed. Say, look at you, Annie, dressed up like a queen, like that vision in my every childhood dream. Oh, tell me, Annie, darling, that you remember me. Let me have this dance, share your fantasy. I gotta go a little different way right here. The song came from a newspaper article about a man who had killed his wife, shot and killed her, because she had gone to a wedding against his explicit orders, and probably danced with other men. That's what the audacity uses as his excuse for the crime. Anyway, it inspired the song, and it was probably also because of the fact that I was working at the House of Ruth at the time on a small project. It's one of those tragic things that still goes on, despite all the efforts to do something about it. I watched her as she danced at a wedding here in town. The blue-eyed Jenny Rose in her bright flowered gown, gold hair tied in ribbon, her dress was trimmed in lace, a light bright as heaven, a smile upon her face. I asked her for the dance when all promised me was played, and danced with Jenny Rose to the last song we stayed. Blue eyes held me spellbound as we danced around the floor, and when the night was over, I saw her to the door. Love is a prison where my poor heart must dwell. The ribbons and blue eyes have locked me in this cell. There must be a garden where the pretty flowers grow, and someday when I find it, I'll dance with Jenny Rose. I took her by the hand as we walked into the night, and looked at Jenny Rose in the moonlight so bright. She knew then that I loved her, for plainly she could see. But when I went to kiss her, she turned away from me. She touched me on the cheek, and she said she must leave. Your heart said, Jenny Rose, I've no wish to deceive. But love is a prison the heart cannot escape. So much much I wish to tell her, but the words I could not shake. Love is a prison where my heart must dwell. The ribbons and blue eyes have locked me in this cell. There must be a garden where the pretty flowers grow. And someday when I find it, I'll dance with Jenny Rose. My tears I could not hide when I heard it on the news. He killed sweet Jenny Rose for love he feared to lose. 3 shots, fired at anger, a jealous lover's spite, and the last word she told me came back to me that night. Love is a prison where my heart must dwell. The ribbons and blue eyes have locked me in this cell. There must be a garden where the pretty flowers grow. Someday when I find it, I'll dance with Jenny Rose. Let's do something poor, pitiful song. One of them poorly poor and poor physical songs. Let me see. Pure. What's that one? No. Is it that one? Nope. Is it this one? Nope, that's not it either. Well, then let's go to here and we'll find another one. And we'll find... Oh, let's have a real... Let's do a real tearjerker. Now, this is a tragedy song. I've written several tragedy songs in my time. Not because I'm attracted to tragedy, but because what makes me write is feeling something. And this happened because somebody told me a very sad story about her sister that was dying from cancer, and she had a little 6-year-old boy. And the woman was saying that she didn't think that the woman would last to his birthday, which was his 7th birthday. Anyway, so, and she was wondering just how they were going to tell this little guy what was coming. And so it inspired this song. Most of the chorus part I wrote on the ride back to Baltimore from the festival we were at. And the rest of it I wrote down when I got home that evening. It kind of embarrassed me at first, and so I wasn't able to really do this song. Didn't even share it with my music partner at the time, a guy named Jimmy Hall, who is another tragedy, passed away at 44. Massive heart attack. But this is where a different kind of thing happens, and that's where I'm going to move this up a little bit because G is a little hard, doesn't it? The doctor told her things she'd rather not have heard, sat there stoically till he spoke his final word. How do you tell a 6-year-old that his mother's dying? She didn't want Tommy to see she'd been crying. She stopped to fix her makeup, strict her face, before she picked him up from her sister's place. I can't be there with you to see you turn 7, but I'll be watching over you up in heaven. 'Cause you're my special angel, and someday you'll understand. And and you'll make me proud when you've grown to be a man. His mother's all he had. He'd never known his dad. He sits there quietly, 'cause he knows his mom's feeling bad. How can you make a 6-year-old understand forever? She knew it was time, so it was then or never. She called him to her bedside and took his little hand, and while she held him tight, from her heart began. I can't be there with you. See you turn 7, and I'll be watching over you up in heaven. 'Cause you're my special angel. Someday you'll understand. You'll make me proud when you've grown to be a man. Well, our sister died that spring. Tommy's now a man, but he stood there patiently as the preacher spoke and held my hand. How can you tell a 6-year-old that he can't visit heaven? I heard him talking softly that night that he turned 7. I stood there by his bedroom door and bowed my head, because he touched my heart with the things he said. I wish you were here with me today. I turned 7, and I'll come someday be with you in heaven. And 'cause you're my special angel, I'll do the best I can to make you proud when I've grown to be a man. 'Cause you're my special angel, I'll do the best I can, so I'll make you proud when I've grown to be a man. Now, put away the Kleenex, because we're going to do a little nasty song. Well, her hair was long and flaxen red and curled about her head. Her eyes were bright and emerald green, her body alive and lean. The fairest maiden in all the land, and her name was Sarah Ann. But she had reached her 19th year, as wild as rangeland deer. So her mother put the word around to settle Sarah down. 1,000 head and land he'd give to him with whom she'd live. See, cowboy lives a lonely life and seldom takes a wife. He who marries Sarah Ann will win her father's land. 1,000 head of beeping ground will turn his head around, but it is not in Sarah's plan to marry any man. Well, her daddy owned a rodeo where Sarah liked to go. She learned to ride and rope a steer, the boat she did not fear. She wore blue jeans and denim shirts and would not dress in skirts. But Billy was a barrel clown who rode that circuit round. There sat on the gingham skirt, and with him she did flirt. Although to her he was not wed, he took her to his bed. See, Billy lived a lonely life, he did not have a wife. So he'll marry Sarah Ann, but win her father's land. 1,000 head of beef and ground will turn his head around, and it is not in Billy's plan to marry Sarah Ann. Well, her father cursed and swore and raged, he'd lock her in a cage. He'd shoot young Bill for what he had done, and he went to get his gun. But Sarah had lost her heart to Bill, she did not want him killed. She took that 44 instead and shot her father dead. But Billy said of her offense that it was in self-defense. He had no need to save her, though that judge had let her go. See, that judge had lived a lonely life, he did not have a wife. And he who marries Sarah Ann will win her father's land. 1,000 head of beef and ground had turned that judge around, but it is not in Sarah's plan to marry that old man. No, she took that 44 and drove him from the door. She said that judge could go to hell once she was out that cell. The sheriff came to lock her up, he said she was corrupt. The judge is in a tizzy though, he had to let her go. The second trial there cannot be, it's double jeopardy. And Billy is alone no more, for Sarah's 44. Oh, a cowboy lives a lonely life and seldom takes a wife. But he was caught by Sarah and stay on Sarah's land. That 44 she keeps around will hold him to the ground. So Billy has no other plan but to marry Sarah Ann. That's it for today. I've got it. I've had it. That's it. I'm tired. I'm tired and I'm tired and I'm thirsty and I'm hungry. I can't do any better.